Hello guys, this is just going to be a quick video on the current build I'm running in PvP. It's not a great build. I was running it in the Stronghold video. It's more of a team support build. It's something that I've been trying out more and more because I've been playing more as a team, and it's just something that I thought you guys might enjoy seeing and explain like why I used it in Stronghold as well. So it's pretty much a Cleric might stacking build. It sounds a bit odd, but I'll talk you through it. The reason we go for Clerics is because it's a power, toughness and healing power build, which gives us a decent amount of survivability and the team support that we need. I go for the Sigil of Battle, and normally I will run with either Battle and Energy if I'm going more defensive, or Battle and Doom if I want to be a little bit more offensive. There's other things you can do as well. Sigil of Intelligence is pretty strong, and Hydromancy is also another good one. Hydromancy does a significant amount of damage and can chill the foes to keep them in place for you to do other things, as well as Sigil of Intelligence, which will mean that you can guarantee to land some jump shot crits, and if you can time it right with big old bomb, you can do some horrendous damage to people in a burst situation. It just takes timing. So we'll go through what I'm running. I'm running Holbrecht because I like the condition duration reduction. Wow, that's a sentence, isn't it? It also means that I get more might duration as well. So it's something that's worthwhile keeping on you up pretty much all times because of that. You can go for a more offensive, which is Strength Runes, which gives you the 5% damage increase, or you can go for a Toughness, which is Melandru, which gives you stun duration decrease as well as condition damage. Condition duration reduction. Other options are Doliac if you want a little bit more vitality. You can go for Mercy Runes as well if you want to be more of a reviver, because you can do stealth revives in this. There's lots of different options you can go for if you're going for the defensive or the power line. Some people also like to go with healing power just to give themselves a little bit more power and healing, but I personally would suggest either stick to toughness or power. Gives you some nice options. Holbrecht or Strength is the best two, followed by Melandru, Mercy or Doliac. Runes of the Engineer do work because we're going to be sitting in bomb kit a lot of the time. 7% damage increase is significant. You are gaining toughness as well, but the condition damage is the factor that would pull it lower down the priority list, and that is just due to the fact that condition damage isn't a particularly high part of this build, and you're losing condition duration reduction, which is the weakness that we have as engineers. So we'll go into the build. We are running a 20660 build. Now there are other ways you can run this build, but I found that this is the strongest, and it's all about removing this trait here from the power line and putting it somewhere else. So you can go into firearms if you want. Sitting duck's a nice bonus because you've got a couple of immobilizers. I say a couple, you have a few immobilizers on your build. You have glue bomb, you have net shot, and you have a net turret from your supply crate, and that will put on vulnerability as well as cripple, which means you get more control over the fight. It's a good option. Personally, I don't like it, but I've seen people run it successfully. It's worthwhile doing just for that extra control in a fight. Next, you can go down into tools, and you can give yourself a surprising build with a static discharge turret build. I'll be talking more about that later on. I had a lot of fun playing the static discharge turret a while ago. Because we've got a lot of turrets on, we have a lot of tool belt abilities that do damage, so you can put a significant amount of burst onto a target using this. It works really well in this build, surprisingly well in fact, and it's a semi-good option. The obvious one to go for is either kit refinement, because when you go into bomb kit you will do a pull in bomb, we go through. Magnetic bomb, set a time charge that pulls nearby foes. You will pull targets towards the center, which means you can pull them around, giving you more control in the fight. Finally, you've got speedy kits, which is helpful but not too great, and also deployable turrets, which means you can ground target where your turrets go. Makes the placement a little bit easier, but you want to be moving around anyway, so I wouldn't recommend that one. Speedy kits is the next best one because we change a trait at the beginning of alchemy line. So 2 explosive pack turrets for the knockback. That is what you take it. You can take forceful explosives as well, which means that your bombs will cover the entire node. The only one that you won't is graveyard in foe fire, but it means that you'll get more heals when you need them as you run around the point. So next we've got 6 inventions. We take energized armor because the toughness converted to power works really well with the fact that we're running clerics. Gives us that huge boost. Next best option is stabilized armor, which is a damage reduction when you are knocked down or stunned. If you feel you need to be a little bit more tanky, I like to have the extra pressure. That's my choice. Power shoes is the next best one. I take power shoes because it gives me the movement speed increase, means I can get from point to point quicker, so I can support my team at the right times. The next best option is elite supplies. Gives you a little bit extra healing from your kit, from your supply drop. It's just a couple of extra med kits for people to pick up, as well as fury for the rest of your team. So it's quite a useful one to play, but I don't like it because I don't see the benefit personally. I feel that, you know, once you've got all the turrets out, you've pretty much changed the fight anywhere. That's sort of overkill, and moving around the map is a lot stronger. Next we have elixir infused bombs. Because of the way it heals, it's ridiculous. 331 healing every half second, because that's when you put the bombs down. So that means that you're getting 662 healing every second for all people in the area. So strong. Works in Stronghold on the NPCs as well. Also works on the Lord. It's nice. It's strong. I think personally it's stronger than fortified turrets. But if you're having a lot of ranged players, fortified turrets does have its place. But I feel that the extra sustain that you'll get from this, as well as the pressure you can get out of it, is well worth it in the end. Next we have the alchemy line. Elixir S is that you will get out of jail free when you hit 4,500 health. It also works well with the low health response system, game regeneration. So while you're in Elixir S, you will have 3 seconds of regen, which is a nice little bit of heal, which will start taking you up, as well as automated medical response. It's the same cooldown. So every time you go into Elixir S because something's gone wrong or you've mistimed something, you instantly get your heal back off cooldown. Now my advice for this is make sure you have detonated your healing turret when this happens. Otherwise it just refreshes the overcharge ability, and that's not quite as strong. It's still strong, but it's not quite as strong. So when you're doing heals, make sure you are putting healing turret down and detonating it straight away, so that doesn't become an issue. It's such a strong trait to take. If you have gone into the tools line, though, invigorating speed is slightly stronger, because it will give you permanent vigor, which gives you 100% endurance regeneration, and that is useful because you can dodge more. The fact that your healing turret as well will give you vigor is a very strong idea. Backpack regenerate is a solid one. None of the other traits really fit into this, so backpack regenerate does scale off your healing power, so it's a strong 179 heal every second. Next we have experimental turret. Experimental turrets are self-explanatory. The reason we take these is because we are in a turret build, we're using knockbacks, we want all the boons we can possibly get to keep ourselves alive. Also we're going to be might stacking, so might stacking 16 seconds on flame turret, as well as that smoke screen makes flame turret ridiculously strong, and thumper turret as well gives us protection. The next best option for flame turret is if you're going into a healing spec. Now you are going more heal based, you can take the rocket turret, which means that you will be keeping the pressure off yourself by having retaliation on you when it's up. It gives you those extra knockbacks as well, so that is another option you can have as a pressure blocker, because those glassy players will be killing themselves to retail while you're healing yourself through it. So that is the other switch option. Now, why clerics? This trait, healing power converted to power, gives us the 2.1k power that we need to do decent damage. We also have nearly 3k armor, so 2.9k armor, which is decent. You will have 3k if you go into Melandry runes. There you go, nearly 3.1. You lose a little bit of power, but not too much. But it's a very, very strong option. Now, actually, if you look, the fact is that you lose 175 power just from switching out of the Holbrook runes. But if we go into Melandry runes, you notice that our power is still just below the 2k. We only lose the power from the runes. Now, the reason we're taking Holbrook is for the might stacking with a flame turret. This all builds up to a pretty powerful oomph when you're fighting people. You can still might stack without Holbrook runes. It just makes it a little bit easier and puts that pressure on. Works very well with the fact that our rifle is power based. It gives our bleeds a little bit extra damage, and we can go for that burst. So that is what I ran in the Stronghold. It's a very strong build. I would recommend it to most people. It's an alternative to Celestial. The Celestial stats I'm going, and is more of a team support based build. The biggest issues you are going to find is Condi specs, because of the way they can spam conditions on and the lack of condition clear you have. Now, if you have a Guardian with you, a Bunker Guardian, or even an Elementalist Dagger, you will be supporting each other so well because they have the Condi cleanse for you, and you will become a pretty unstoppable force of a two-man team. So thanks for watching, guys. Give this a thumbs up if you liked it. I will put the build link in the description below. If you have any other builds that you would like me to try, let me know. I am currently working on some Elementalist stuff. I've also been working on some Guardian builds and some Warrior. So soon I will be building up some more range to my channel. So any class that you would like to see, let me know, and I'll tell you whether these builds are actually useful, and I'm going to start ranking them on beginner to expert level. So whether it's a pick up and play, or whether you have to learn lots of intricate little mechanics to make yourself a decent player for this build. So skill floors and skill caps is what I'm going to be reviewing next time. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.